let it bother me. I just keep on going anyway. Listen, I've been struggling, I've been strained, but I'm on my way home. I've been struggling, I've been straining, but I'm on my way home. Let me tell y'all something. I've had a lot of things to happen to me in life. Sometimes life get hard. It cuts just like a knife. I've been struggling, I've been straining, but I'm on my way home. Is that all right? I've been struggling, I've been straining, but I'm on my way home. Yes, I am. I've been struggling, God knows I've been strained, but I'm on my way home. Listen, I took a lot of beatings. I've even went without eating, but I've never lost a pound because it never let me down. I've been struggling, I've been strained, but I'm on my way home. One more time. Oh, Lord. I've been struggling, I've been strained, but I'm on my way home. Somebody have been struggling too. You know what? I've been struggling, I've been straining, but I'm on my way home. Now listen to this. I recorded a lot of songs. Some of them did get played. I never received a Grammy, but I hope somebody will say, I've been struggling, I've been straining, but I'm on my way home. Fellas, struggling, straining. Yes, I have. I'm struggling. Yes, I have. I like to take time out and tell you a few things that happened to me, y'all, since I decided to make Jesus my choice. I've been lied on, I've been talked about, I've been lied on, I've been talked about, I've been lonely. Anybody been lonely? I've been hungry, but that's alright. I made up my mind. I'll go hold on. I'll go hold on. Many times in life, hard moments. Many times in my life, tears all in my eyes. But let me tell you, won't God make a way? Somebody out there been struggling tonight, but won't God make a way? Oh, yes, I have. Listen, I've been struggling, I've been straining, but I'm on my way home.
Hello, welcome to a special edition of In the Word. Tonight is in remembrance of my mother. It just seems like yesterday that I was sitting there talking to her, but in fact it's been almost a year. Tomorrow will be the first anniversary of my mother's death. But before I get into the message that I want to bring to my family members, I want to take a moment and remember all those that have gone on before her. Uncle Bob, B.F. Haynes, Cousin Joe, Cousin Sissy, Lou Eisenmore, Alabama Robinson, Janie Williams, Charlie Williams Sr., Gladys Thomas, Charlene Williams, Patsy Perry, and last but not least, Mary Starks Steele Williams. To the family members, I want to tell you, I'm going to speak with love tonight. And not only my family members, but any of you out there that have loved ones that are gone on, you can relate to what I'm about to speak about. There are many things that ran across my mind to remember my mother, but the only way that I thought would be appropriate was to begin at the beginning. Almost 82 years ago, there was a female child born to Lee and Louisa Starks, and they named her May Lily. Thank God we had a grandmother that was a very strong spiritual woman, and she impressed that upon her daughter. Her daughter grew into a young lady, and she met a man named Charlie Williams Sr. From that meeting came a host of children: Patsy, Charlene, Mary Jane, Charlie Jr., Sarah, myself, Samuel, Mary Catherine, Carolyn, and Anthony. My mother did as her mother before her. She introduced us to God at an early age. She impressed God's will upon us. Now, let me tell you something about, way back then, daddy off somewhere working all day, and mama there with you at the house, instructing you in how to do and how to live the proper way. What I mean by that, teaching her daughters how to be ladies, young women, teaching her sons the things that a young man is supposed to do. I remember some hard times back then, but I can say this: each and every one of my brothers and sisters can attest to this. As hard as those times were, every time we looked around, we saw mama. I don't care how hot it got. I don't care how cold it got. I don't care how hungry we got. Mama was right there. As we grew older, with her constantly praying and doing the best she could, things got better. And the blessing, and my sisters and brothers, I hold back the tears here, but those hard times that we had, remember the time we were hungry? Remember the times we could only just dream about things that we want to eat or clothes that we want to wear? Now, some people out there may think that this is a made-up story. As again, I said, I'm going to speak with love. This isn't a made-up story. This is the God's truth. We've been hungry. A many day. I have heard my mother beg for me and my brothers and sisters. I have heard her pray, Lord, please don't let my children starve. Lord, please don't let my children freeze to death. Don't let them burn up. And she was right there with us. She didn't falter. She didn't fail. And as a result of her walking with God and continually calling on him, he kept making a way and things got better. She kept calling on him. He kept making a way and things got better. And look around now. You don't have to worry about what you want to eat. You don't have to worry about clothes that you wear. You don't have to worry about money in your pocket. You don't have to worry about walking here or walking there. You know why you don't? You know why you don't? Because you had somebody instilling the correct values in you, so that one day she knew when she kept her eye on the prize, one day things would get better. And thank God they have. I wear a shirt here. It says Williams' first annual family reunion. Never have we gotten together for a family reunion. It may sound sad, but let me interject this. You've heard it before, but let me say it again because I want you, especially my siblings, my brothers and sisters, I want you to hear me clearly when I say that. I want you to understand, I want you to feel this. You've heard this a lot at funerals, but sometimes I don't believe that people grasp exactly what it means. Blessed are the dead, for they now rest from their labors, and their works do follow them. I believe, just as I believe in God, that for the work that my mother has done, when he comes back, when Jesus comes back screaming with the voice of an archangel, she's going to hear him in that first resurrection. She's going to hear him. Ain't it beautiful? Her children, for the work she did. She will hear him. Not only is her works following her in death, but they still following us in life. Look, for the first time. Wasn't it beautiful? All of us together. Everybody having a good time. Everybody remembering. Could you see her face if she'd have been there? That perpetual smile on her face whenever her children was around. Look, there's a lot of you people out there that can remember what I'm talking about if your mother has gone home. You can remember. Can't you see her sitting there? Can't you see her standing there? Brothers and sisters, I want you to know that I understand that you're going to grieve. You're supposed to grieve. But in that same breath, I want you to remember, and I want you to be happy, and I want you to thank God for the things that she instilled in us. That is why we know what to do in times like these. As her mother did before her, and as she instructed us, you lift your eyes up into the hills from which cometh your help, and you ask the Lord to help you. Help me, Lord. Strengthen me, Lord. Keep your arms around me at all times. That's what she taught us. And that means more than gold, than money, than cars, than any material thing. Because I know we love one another because she taught us to love one another. You heard a song at the beginning of this. That was a song that me and Mama used to sit and listen to. She would listen to it over and over and over and over again. I brought that tape one day and let her hear it, and she told me she had to have it, and I gladly gave it to her. And every time I would come to the house, we would listen to it. Over the years, that tape came up missing, and I would download it on my phone. And a lot of times, some of my brothers and sisters, you didn't know, but when I came home to visit, we'd sit there on that couch over there, and I'd pull it up on my phone, and we'd listen to it. She'd just sit there and rock her head like she always did. Now, I could talk all night, but I'm not. I'm going to leave you with this. And you always remember this. Her journey is complete. She fought the good fight. Lord knows she fought the good fight all her life. And she kept the faith. She kept the faith, and it shows in her works. I'm going to close now. I want you to look at this. I want you to reminisce on this. I want you to grieve, but always remember, life goes on. We're getting better all the time. We're getting better all the time. We aren't what we ought to be, but we are better than we used to be. You know why? Because we have a made up mind. Thank you. Williams family, let's grieve, let's remember, and let's move on. God bless you.